On this episode of Real Screaming Kayaks, we have New Zealand destination where we go back to Coromandel, only this time we focus on a different area, and the results are surprising. There's some epic fish and we basically go targeting kingfish, but what we find will very much surprise you. Good first fish, and it's off! Screaming! Our Coromandel kayak fishing adventure continues, and this time we're visiting the upper northeastern part of Coromandel Peninsula. So we're just heading over to Stony Bay, Port Charles on the east side of Coromandel Peninsula. And it's pretty busy on the roads, busier than I'm used to. This is my home turf and we're going hunting some kingfish. From the small settlement of Colville, it's a good 40-minute drive to travel over the long, narrow, windy roads to Sandy Bay and beyond to Stony Bay. You'll go through lots of spectacular bush country as you move through the hills, and it's important to take extreme care when driving these roads as they are very narrow and all gravel. Be sure to keep as far left as possible while driving, and eventually you'll come to the coast. The first stop is Sandy Bay, and a great location for launching the kayaks with easy beach access. Once again, I'm joined by Jeff Force and Damien Trounsend, and after a preliminary stop to check conditions, it was time to head off to our final location for the next couple of days. The road over to Stony Bay is even more narrow and winding, with the occasional opening in the bush to give you a view of the coastline below. The road seems to be never ending, but it's well worth it when you finally arrive at your destination, Stony Bay. The bay itself lies at the base of the Moihau Ranges and is a beautiful spot with stunning vista and a campground that's managed by the Department of Conservation. A quick visit to the dock campground office soon had us on site and setting up our tents. We had a prime location that looked straight out over the water across the bay. It was paradise. With the tent set up, it wasn't long before we had a visit from some of the local wildlife population. Not very often you get some of these guys coming so close to you, paradise ducks. Right at our campsite. Pretty cool. How unusual to see them this close up. Oh, that one's even giving us a bit of a spread of the wings. It was also great to see a couple of families staying here who were keen on kayak fishing. That afternoon, we headed out for a casual look around to investigate the area. Heading north, we found plenty of stunning coastline along the way. Eventually, we ended up at the most northeastern tip of the Coromandel, known as the Pinnacles, and an absolutely stunning location. Look at the landscape here. Check that out. There's a face in that rock. What a place. This looks awesome. Right on the top end of Coromandel, on the northeastern corner, and this is called the Pinnacles. Beautiful place, beautiful rock formations, just stunning. And we've already, I pulled up a kahawai before and a good kingy followed it, well over 20 kilos. So this is our first night out here, and we got here late in the day. We're just having a little bit of a look around, but tomorrow's our first day around this side and hoping for good things, so let's see what happens tomorrow. But this is beautiful country, just look at it. Nice, eh bro?
Yeah.
Sweet, John Dory, yeehaw. Woo. Right at the end of the day, and we're just prospecting around in the shallows for a few fish, just having a bit of fun. And we were talking about John Dory. That's a lovely dory. Sweet as. I know what Damo is going to be eating tomorrow night. We've got a seafood challenge on tomorrow night, and looks like that thing will be on the menu to start with.
First course.
Alright, so our first day, we got here yesterday later in the day, went out for a little bit of an evening fish, and yeah, we caught a few, nothing of real size, but saw a nice kingy though, follow up a kahawai that I caught, and Damien got a nice John Dory, which we're probably going to deal to tonight. But so here we are, Stony Bay in the Coromandel, and this is our first day, and we're heading out in search of kingfish and whatever else happens to jump on our gear. And what a beautiful day we've got. We're just heading out of Stony Bay. It's really cool too to see a few kayakers here. People are getting out there and fishing, and yesterday when I pulled up, I had a couple of people come up to me and a couple of young fellas, and I just want to say thanks guys for coming and seeing me. It's a real inspiration when people come up to you and want a photo with you or whatever. But it's nice to know there's people out there watching the show and appreciating all the hard work we put in to bring you these episodes. So to you guys, cheers. Some of the kayakers out here early this morning, having a bit of a play around in the shallows, trying to catch some snapper. Good to see the young fellas getting out. Awesome. What a day. Beautiful weather again. Got a forecast of variable 5 knots this morning. So the wind's swinging around all over the place actually. But yeah, perfect conditions. Got about sort of half a metre to a metre swell out wide. It's nowhere near that on shore. And just ideal, can't wait. Super pumped. It's going to be a hot day though. Already put that sunblock on as I was cruising out of the bay. And yeah, she's stinking hot. Plenty of water today, that's for sure. About halfway across the Lion Rock now. Yeah, looking forward to this. So here we are at Lion Rock. Beautiful. Now, when you first get to a location, it's a really good idea to do a bit of reconnaissance. So cruise around looking for a sign, and in this case there's a whole lot of birds have been working. There's always birds working here, and generally you'll find kahawai, lots of kahawai here, and that's a good place to start, you know, especially if you're looking for kingfish. But looking for those bait schools is crucial. So, you know, you've got to find those bait schools, because generally the kingfish will be hanging around them, and you know, you don't want to be dropping a jig down where there's essentially nothing, because it's hard work jigging, and you want to put all your efforts in where you know the fish are. So look for the sign on the sounder, birds working, you know, fish on the surface feeding, all that kind of stuff is part of the equation to finding the kingfish. Time spent searching for the fish finally paid off and resulted in me getting bussed off. Then one of the others managed to hook into one. Damien's got himself a kingy, just a rat, but good start. We've only really just started jigging in the last sort of 20 minutes properly, so yeah. But a rat kingy's still a bit of fun on the jigs. And that's what we're looking at on the fish finder, you know, so we really need to, you need to find those concentrations of fish like that, and generally there's some good fish around them. Now here we go, Damien's just hooked into a really good one. Nice. It's giving him a hard time, alright. He's having a tussle with it, it looks like a goodie. Nice one, bro. How's that feeling, Damien?
Good.
Yeah?
Good to be hooked up.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? We've moved away from Lion Rock now on another outer reef.
Trying to get some headway on it now.
Yeah, they always give that initial good burst, eh? It'll give some more yet. I'm sure of it, no doubt. It's all just a matter of time. Damien's playing it nice and smart, and he's just getting a lift on it when he can, bringing that fish up. And enjoying the moment is what it's all about, isn't it, mate?
Yeah, sure. What a wicked place to be, eh?
Yeah, we're certainly very lucky in Coromandel. This is our second episode of the Coromandel. We're in a different location now. Beautiful, it looks like it's getting close by the way it's fighting.
He's off.
He's not giving up yet, mate. Oh, he looks like a good one, eh? I think that might be our sashimi tonight, you reckon?
Yep.
We're out here today and we've set ourselves a bit of a challenge. We brought dinner with us for the first night, and we've set a challenge that we have to eat what we get from the ocean today, so the pressure's on. Oh yeah, good eating size that one, mate. Beautiful fish. Fantastic, look at that. Grab it by the jig, bro, if it's well hooked. Woohoo! Going ballistic, they always do when they get on deck, eh? Very nice, mate. Got to be stoked with that, eh?
Yeah, wicked.
And what sort of jig did you catch that on? Your silver curvaceous zest again, was it?
Yeah.
By crikey.
It's my favourite.
Yeah,
Favourite jig.
it seems to be doing the biz. That's a nice fish, mate. Good fight, good fun, eh?
Yeah, excellent. I'm worn out, but I'm going to catch another one now.
Yeah, too right. I mean, the incoming tide's a good time to catch these fish. They seem to come on the bite when the tide turns, and they'll keep feeding right up to slack water, and in fact even feed on the slack tide as well. So yeah, you just got to be consistent and persist with these guys. Like I mentioned before, look around on the sounder for the bait schools, and kingfish won't be far away. Good work, bro.
Sweet.
Certain things must be done in order to get the best out of your kingfish when planning to eat it. So what we've done is we've put this fish on a fish threader, and we're now just bleeding it out, because the eating quality of kingfish is greatly affected by the amount of blood in them. So I don't recommend you do this where there's sharks, okay? But it's quite important to actually get the blood out of these fish, and you see this one's bleeding still quite a bit, and as soon as it's done, we're going to get it in the back of the kayak. We'll give it a minute or two, and then we'll take it out of the water quickly and put it away. There's always one angler amongst us who seems to have the most luck on any given day, and today it was certainly Damien's. And look at this. Talk about different species for Damien. He's got a frostfish. Unreal. Check that out. We've got to get in the sun with that one, bro. Wow. How cool is that to get a frostfish out here? Wow, that looks amazing. Very cool. Damien's just jigging for more kingfish. He hooked up again. And look at this time. That is a cool looking fish. Look at that. What a beautiful looking fish. Big size too. That must be a first for you, Damo.
Yeah, definitely.
Never caught one of those before.
No.
That is awesome. Look at the colours on that. Shiny as. Oh my, it's a chromed fish. Frost fish, eh? Woohoo.
Awesome.
Very cool. Never seen one of those pulled out of this area before, so that's something pretty special, I've got to say. Alright, now Damien's going to let this frost fish go. Woohoo, look at that. That is so cool. Wicked. Hasn't really said it's going yet. It's so long that it's under the kayak. It's hard case. You can't really tell whether it's upright either, can you? That's the hard part. She gone?
No.
There we go. Yeah. Oh, he's trying to go down. He's turning, he's keeping, yeah, he's going. There we go, he's going down. Apparently, frost fish are really nice eating. But despite this, the fact that it was such a cool looking fish meant that Damien and I really wanted to let it go back to where it came from. With the tide change, everything on the reef system that we were fishing completely dispersed, and so we decided to head off and drift down the coast with the current to see what else we could find. Jumping around, they're great fun, these kahawai. Not the target species, but yeah, there's plenty of them here. So, and I always enjoy them when they get on my line, that's for sure. Some people don't like kahawai. They think they're the plague, but you know, in terms of a sport fish, they're great fun, especially on light tackle like soft bait gear. But they're greedy, that's for sure. Here we go. There's that jig. I'm using a bigger slow J. Nice little kahawai. Hooked up again, all three of us are actually. And yeah, we're just drifting along at about 45 metres. This doesn't feel too bad actually. Not super big or anything, but definitely full of beans. It's probably another kahawai. It's looking like that. It's coming up pretty fast. Yep, certainly is. It looking like a kahawai to me. And it got off. No, there it is. Woo! Man, these guys go ballistic. They're great fun though, you got to admit. Certainly entertaining. Oh, and they're hard fighting, you know, for what they are. They're a great sport fish. I keep saying this, but you know, they are a lot of fun for people to catch. And they're full of beans, and there's tons of them following them around down there. I can see more. So, be nice to see a kingy down there and one of the boys drop a jig and hook up on it. Here we go. Beautiful. Great fun. Get this guy unhooked and get him back as quick as possible. These are actually really good eating kahawai. The secret to them is bleed them out and let the flesh set for 24 hours, and they make really good sashimi. There we go. Lovely looking fish. Check that guy out. See you, mate. Good fun. Hooked up again, just randomly drifting along. And this one put a bit of weight on, but it feels like a kahawai again. Yep, sure enough. Little speedster of the ocean. Whew. And off it goes, going nuts. Race around at 60,000 miles an hour. They're a fast swimming fish, these guys. Come on. And they'll catch you out if you're on light gear and they suddenly dip under the kayak, and the best thing you can do to prevent your rod from being broken is point it into the water. I've watched so many people break rods, especially when they're light soft bait rods on kahawai, because they weren't quick enough to react and follow that fish. So it's quite important to do that, otherwise you're going to end up in trouble. And here it is, about the same size as the last few we've been catching. There we go, beautiful. See you, mate. We have a double hookup.
Right at the bottom, man.
Damien's still onto his. Oh, Damien's on fire today. Me and Jeffrey, we're scratching our heads. I'm going to have to cane him when I get in the water, I think, because he's pulling up all the fish today. And it's like that too, you know. There's always one person who catches the fish more than the others, and today it's Damien's turn. So, and he deserves it too. He fishes hard, and he's got a bit of a sore shoulder, but he's persevered with the jigging, and now he's got the good old snapper there. Another kahawai. Oh, what's that following it? Heaps of other kahawai. I've got 2 kahawai here. Woohoo! I've got 2 kahawai on one jig. Check that out. That is something else. Now that is amazing. I'm going to have to try and get these guys on board and show you this, because I've got 2 kahawai on the same lure. Now that is insane on this Zest Slow J. Crazy. I've got to try and get hold of them, because I'll break my line if I pull them up. I've got 50-pound trace on, but yeah, I need to get hold of the jig. Here we go. Oh, one of them got off. Man, you probably see that on the rear camera, but that was just hard case to have 2 kahawai on one lure like that. That's a first. There we go. Let him on. Let him go. See you later. Thanks for the fun and hard case. You know, you wouldn't think that you'd get 2 fish like that on one lure, but just shows you they come along while the other one's holding on to it. The other one's trying to grab it off the other fish. So amazing. They never cease to amaze me, fish. So we've got a double hook up here. Jeff and Damien, both hooked up together. I think they're kahawai. Looking at what's happening, but yeah, great fun. They give you a really good scrap on this gear. Damien's using a light slow jerk 2-ounce rod and light line, and Jeff's... What do you got there, Jeff? A kahawai as well? Oh yeah, nice. Bit of a mixed bag, not a big snapper. And Damien's still tussling with this kahawai. You just got to let them run when they want to. Great day out here on the eastern side of Coromandel. Wicked. There's some workups happening all around us. We can hear fish on the surface smashing. It's just a great time of the year to be out here. And we're happy we've got a kingfish in the back, courtesy of Damien, who has been doing the bizzo today. And yeah, whatever we get now is a bonus. We've also kept a snapper for the Dock Ranger. He's 70 something years old, and we said to him we'd try and keep him a fish. So yeah, we're doing well. We're just going to add to it now. Now it's the smorgasbord is what we're after. Bit of handy work there from Damien with the rod, flicking it around the tip of the kayak. And you've got to do that when you've got a fish that's running around left and right. You've got to be prepared to take the rod around the nose of your kayak. And you can see this kahawai here, he's swimming sideways and trying to get away, and you can't blame him. There it is. Nice kahawai. Let him go, eh?
Go.
Sweet. Good fun, eh, mate?
Yeah.
Hooked up again. And feels like another kahawai. They start off really awesome. Whoa, there he goes. They start off really fighting hard. I've got the drag cranked up on this rod. I can afford to. I've got 50 pound on it. So, yeah, but they just fight so hard, these guys. Good fun. Good to have a tussle, you know. I mean, we're out here to catch fish, so, and this is what it's all about. Whether it's kahawai, snapper, kingfish, or even something else. I mean, the highlight of my day today would definitely be Damien's frostfish. Wow, what a cool fish. It's I've never seen one of those in this area before, so to see that was something special. Come on, Mr. Kahawai, up you come. Solid fish. They all seem to be around that very similar size. The sooner you get them in and the sooner you get the hooks out of them, the better. A quick release back to the water certainly ensures better survival rates. The action continues in part 2 of our epic New Zealand destination to Coromandel, where we go for a dive and then head out for some more fishing during day 2 and day 3 with some surprising fish species and lots of action, including a visitor from a predator. During the cook and catch section, we have an awesome recipe covering what to do with your snapper fillets, and in the fish finder screenshot section we show some cool pictures which cover what to look for when you're jigging for kingfish. So come on over to our Patreon channel and get access to our exclusive content and Real Screaming Kayaks episode 13 part 2. For more top fishing tips and techniques, head down to your local store and grab a copy of New Zealand Bay Fisher magazine. I just want to give you a quick heads up as to what's been happening with NZ kayak fishing and Real Screaming Kayaks during the start of 2018. As I mentioned in my last episode, I've started publishing extended versions of Real Screaming Kayaks on Vimeo, and some of you have come across and signed up for that on demand, and thank you very much to those who have. But also, as part of that, because I'm looking to get some funding to help me make more videos that I can publish for your enjoyment, and also bring you more tech tips and things like that, and share my knowledge that I have of this sport that I've done for decades. I just want to also let you know about my new Patreon channel. It's basically got way more content, so you know, if you don't want to subscribe to Vimeo, but you know, this Patreon channel is a way of bringing you a lot more content. I've been writing for magazines for, you know, over a decade now, and I've got tons of articles, but also I'm planning some future developments, like things like doing spots in various locations so that you can get a handle on where to launch, what sort of wind direction is best in that place, and what the fishing's like, what's on offer, all those kind of things. So head on over to my Patreon channel and sign up. So, you know, subscriptions start from as little as $2.50 US. So less than the price of an ice cream pretty much. It'll get you heaps of content, but most importantly, you will learn lots of things. There is loads of content to learn from. Plus, you're supporting what I'm doing and helping me bring you more. Win some fantastic prizes during every episode of Real Screaming Kayaks. There's some awesome items useful for both water sport and fishing enthusiasts, like a range of Fog Dog batter and breadcrumb mixes. Keep the body warm and protected with shark skin and ridgeline, and increase the lifespan of your gear with Salt Away and Pro EPT spray lubricant. We're giving away one of these prize packs during every show of Real Screaming Kayaks. To go into the draw to win this prize pack, you'll need to either subscribe to our Patreon channel or Vimeo on demand with Real Screaming Kayaks. Special thanks to our sponsors. Outdoor Sports New Zealand provide the Old Town kayaks and Ocean kayak that get us to the action. Humminbird provides the technology that finds the fish. Railblazer customises our kayaks. Sharkskin protects the body against the elements. Neptune assists with the freediving, and Pelage captures the seafood. Jigstar rods fight the fish, and Zest jigs attract the fish.